welcome to week 2 of spring 2025 anime tier list, where I rate the most recent episodes and judge it on a very arbitrary vibe check, how much I enjoyed it. The cutoff is Sunday, as in Monday animes like My Hero Academia Vigilante, right? And Summer Pockets, that's like the cutoff. Unfortunately, I already watched those episodes yesterday, and it's right now Tuesday as of recording. So I don't know what I'm gonna do about that. Again, I got lazy, but whatever. First up, this is still on hiatus. God damn, bro. The Japanese release is fucking us up because we have to wait a month. After they dropped 3 episodes of this in March, now we have to wait until end of April. So we're still waiting on that. Moonrise. Moonrise, I thought was somewhere between here and here. I love the original premise of like AI taking over human civilization. It's not really taking over. The human beings basically like relies on it too much, and they have a solution where they send people to the moon, right? But the episode didn't really tell us that. That's just from synopsis. And at the very end, you see basically the demise of Earth and basically like Moonrise, the people on the colony of Moon just doing like salutes and saying, woo, we're free now. I thought that first episode had an incredible premise and the production value was amazing. But the issue is, ain't nobody give a fuck. Ain't nobody give a fuck. Honestly, let's look at this. What is the Moonrise reaction analytics at? Ooh, it's doing worse than Yaiba, which is something, alright. Damn, sad. And the watch time, yeah. Unfortunately, Netflix has yet again killed another anime by doing a batch release and doing little to no advertising. It is what it is. I'm gonna have to drop it, guys. I'm gonna have to drop it. I can't just raw dog Moonrise. I'm gonna have to drop it. Next up, Witch Watch. You know what? Witch Watch was fantastic, bro. I loved Witch Watch. The first episode, I wasn't completely sold because the comedy just wasn't hitting. I was just kind of hanging out and enjoying the vibes, but I wasn't so engaged into it. Second episode though, the supporting characters, they are the ones that converted me into a believer of this show. Because when you have just Nico and Moi just hanging out, I'm like, okay, there's some interesting premises here. But the side supporting characters, and they're not just like random characters either. It seems like the author is gonna develop not all of them, but obviously the most important ones. In the opening as well, you can see some other characters that were in the classroom, right? One of the biggest interests is the Sigma guy who decided to basically sit out when everyone was flying, you know? The guy with the school shooter vibes. He had a pretty crazy cut scene in the opening, which I'm like, whoa, what's going to happen there? I love the classmates. They're so wholesome and inclusive. Everyone's just vibing. It's great, man. It's fantastic. Next up, A-Rank Party. It's a setup episode. Nothing crazy really happened. We got some new waifus showing up. The art style changed. I don't know if it was just me, but last episode was not wonky, but it felt Konosuba-esque in the facial designs. Maybe someone that worked on Konosuba worked on the most recent episodes. I'm just still waiting for something to happen. We're just kind of just still waiting and setting stuff up and adventuring and just, you know, I just want something to happen. It's too much setup. I won't put it mid. Next up, Gorilla Girl. This is probably mid. This is probably mid. It's enjoyable mid. Just because it's mid doesn't mean it's bad. Honestly, this might be up here too. I don't know. Did I enjoy Gorilla Girl more than A-Rank Party? I don't know. There's a pretty cool rain scene. Maybe I should put it down here. I'm trying to be way more harsh with my ratings. Gorilla Girl it's fine. It's an okay anime. Very low budget, chill anime. But it's pretty funny of how she is gathering all the handsome boys in the class, in the school. Basically like the hottest guys in the show all just like became transfer students, and now all the girls just mauled at her. There's like 50 girl entourage that like shows up, and you know what? Maybe I did enjoy this more. I don't know. There's like an entourage of haters constantly just like looking at Sophia and being like, oh my god, how do you know these guys? It's alright. It's enjoyable mid. Next up, Devil May Cry. The most recent episode I watched was episode 2. We're gonna do this, remember, on an episode by episode, like a week by week basis. I know the entire episodes are out, but I think that we can do a weekly release and still do fine. Most recent episode, I put it great. I enjoyed the Dante versus Arkham fight. Dante just soloed everybody. We got more lore drop and what's going on with him, right? He's like half demon. Obviously, I mean, why else would he have the amulet? Why else would mom talk about the heirloom stuff? He's like regenerating. One of the guys that sold us out, I forgot his name. He's kind of peak. He's like a short guy. There's like a short guy who basically is trying to act like Dante's like stepfather, but like he's trying to sell him out at the same time. That dude's kind of peak. The Arkham and the new forces, they're kind of interesting. I don't know if the rest of are frauds. I think it's just the lady captain that's legit. What else happened? Joe Biden still pure aura. Great episode. Next up, Apothecary Diaries, most recent episode. I put it good. We are still setting up, and now I think that we're figuring out why the cover poster of Core 2 is Mao Mao and Xiaolan, and someone that looks like Suirei is being shipped off, right? Clearly you see shackles. They're like slaves now. At the end of last episode, Xiaolan like bumped into somebody, I guess, and a big block of ice broke, and there was like a big problem happening. I wonder if that is the event that triggers us to get sold off. I don't know. Like Mama was around there too at the same time, right? Maybe she's gonna. I don't know. It's just random guesses. It was a good episode. At least you had a pretty crazy moment, right? We had like the mother heirloom mirror stuff going on, and she was like lashing out at that one really ugly, annoying girl. They really made her look as annoying as possible. It was a good episode. Suirei stuff, they're cooking, bro. There's a conspiracy going on with Suirei. They're cooking. They're cooking. Next up, Shiunji Family, first episode aired. It's here or here? I think the first episode usually I rate it higher than most because it's like a fresh new thing, and then every week by week I'm comparing it. That's why it gets like lower ratings. I think Shiunji Family was like a pretty fun episode. I like the initial introduction of everyone is glazing these siblings because they're like the most elite of the elites here. We got a huge like surprise as they're like, "Hey, kids, you guys are all orphans except two people, right?" There's like there's a brother sibling and the green hair girl, the tomboyish one, right? Kotoha, I think. She's my favorite so far. She's the most affectionate, and she actually wants the incest to happen, but it's no longer incest anymore. Everyone else is shocked by it, but I think she was low-key kind of popping off. I'm excited to see where Dogakobo will take this anime moving forward. We got an episode to watch tonight, actually. Next up, Slime. Slime episode was, I'd say, good. We got to meet a bunch of new spirits. What else happened? Unemployment final boss. Billsy came back finally, right? We got to see her in season 2. Nothing really to say. I really enjoyed the background lore of the cat girl, though, who literally was such a neat that she just basically died because everything was such a chore, and now she's unemployed and she's just living out, on the edges, just playing games by herself. Very cute girl. Very cute character. Next up, Windbreaker. I gotta put this shit in peak. I'll give Windbreaker peak. Yeah, why not? Last episode, but the fight cinematography was amazing, bro. The production value alone was peak. The Keel arc, I'm not gonna lie, I hated it because they're frauds. I didn't hate it, actually. If you think about the episodes being, leading into this, most of the setup was done at the tail end of season 1, and season 2 just started off back to back, just hype, all out brawl. It's just that the opponents are such frauds, Before, the other guys, like Togame stuff, they were legit. 1v1, I'm like, I respect them. The Keel dudes, they're a bunch of mid-thugs, using numbers and weapons. And I'm like, you're so lame. And then the lack of awareness where they're trying to talk shit as if they are something special. I'm like, shut the fuck up. Soul had probably the coolest scene. I don't know why, but they just decided to give him the most aura out of nowhere. That one scene where the camera pans to him and he just like walking slow motion. He calls himself Leonardo DiCaprio, right? Then he just like shows up and basically destroys one fodder guy. Hype though, super hype. It was a peak episode in my opinion. Next up, we watched an episode of Kulon. I don't even know how to pronounce this because everyone like, it sounds like Kowloon, but apparently it's an actual city in Hong Kong. So should I be like, saying it as the Hong Kong people would say. But then there's also the Japanese pronunciation where they're calling it kurun. I don't know. This is nothing like a generic romance. It was big-brained and interesting premise because it's looking like, because there's like this like weird flying objects in the sky that looks like alien technology, shit you see out of like Evangelion. And they're just introducing us to these characters and the people that live in this place. Everything is just so kind of chill until you realize that there's so many like lore drop happening. Memories apparently can get backed up now into some sort of simulation. And there's also this plot of, is the main character dead or not? Because it's looking like she's a dead wife of the guy, yet she's alive and lost the memories. And are we in a simulation? Is this real? I don't know what's happening. It's a very brain-teasing anime. Other than that though, nothing too crazy was going on. So I put it good. It's a good episode. Next up. Yo, this might be peak. This actually might be peak. The first episode we checked out, my god, I was missing out. The Ojo-sama Academy, but some of them wants to crash out and play, you know, guitar or drums, something not too ladylike. The gap moe, the comedy, the CG usage during the, you know, the music scenes too. I thought it was great, man. This episode was fantastic. I love the setting. I love how serious the power scaling, you know, the noble maiden, you know, like I think a lot of people will look at this anime and dismiss it because they see a bunch of girls in long dresses and like an academy setting, but they don't realize that this is literally like a hype factor. There is actual power scaling. This is basically Battle Shonen. Not really. But Ojo-sama's involved. I loved it. I loved it, bro. It was such a fun episode. We're definitely going to keep checking more episodes out. Next up. Let's talk about Tibate. This shit was dookie bad. It's not even mid. This shit was actually dookie bad, bro. It wasn't even mid. It was so bad. Now, in terms of the characters, I like the new roster of characters, even though we pretty much got separated immediately, right? That one Jasmine girl, the way that she was kind of like interacting with little Arthur was cute. Arthur constantly, you know, and Arthur's own moment at the end where he sacrificed himself and he was pondering like, oh, now I see why, you know, my parents were so eager to protect me at the cost of themselves, right? Like those kind of characterization, Arthur's character development from cold, ruthless dictator to an actual like human being is compelling. But goddamn, bro, this shit is just, it's PNG lock all over again, except with shittier art. That's what's happening. I'm still gonna watch it. This is a fucked up part, bro. Just Moonrise, Yaiba, they're getting fucked. And then I look at Tibate, bro. Why are you watching this? It's overperforming this garbage. Well, this, you know, again, I was saying, whether an anime is good or bad, it doesn't matter at the end of the day for a reaction channel, as long as we can farm either the glaze or the controversy. There becomes a time when you can't farm the controversy though, because it's just no one's watching it, such as Tower of God. Tower of God, bro, was ass and it didn't get attention like this. This is a Blue Lock situation where the anime is so bad, but people still keep watching it and we get to farm drama out of it. So in that aspect, we're fucking cooking, baby. We eating good. It's just, it kills me that 700 views. This shit ain't even hitting fucking 1,000, bro. Oh my god. That is so sad, bro. Oh my god, this is so scuffed. This is literally the worst performing anime. I'm gonna keep watching though. I'm gonna give this the medalist stream, and I actually like the OG vibes of it. It's fun, but it's just, bro, you show people these two separate animes, bro, you can't even compare them. It's honestly disrespectful to compare the likes of Yaiba made through Wit Studio and their incredible team that's working on versus fucking this outsourced piece of garbage. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how good your anime looks. None of that shit matters. It's one variable, you know, of many different variables. So it is what it is. To bait Dookie bad. On the other topic, Yaiba, where are you at? Yaiba? I don't know. It's definitely a great episode for me. I really enjoyed it. But was it peak? Was it peak? I think it was, bro. The fight, okay, the Onimaru and Yaiba, oh my, I don't even blame Onimaru. Like, straight up, like, Onimaru had a complete valid reason to crash out. Yaiba is a little piece of shit. This main character is so annoying. I hate this little kid, bro. It's like, oh my, I'm molding, watching the episode, and I see how much of a little demon he is. He is, god damn. But I think that was the whole point. And I think the author is trying to portray Yaiba as this annoying piece of shit. Such that when Onimaru, you know, succumbs to like the power of darkness that happened at the episode 2, it's valid. I think that's the overall idea. The fight scene was amazing. They were constantly battling throughout the entirety of like the cityscape, going on top of buses and shit. Great fight choreography. Great fight cinematography. Other than that, that's pretty much it. It's just sick. I just wish more people watch this, man, but no one watching it. I'm gonna keep watching it though. I'm gonna keep watching it. Next up, My Hero Academia Vigilante. Now, this is a tricky one because remember, these are part of the cutoff animes, right? Summer Pockets and My MHA are Monday animes that shouldn't belong, but because I'm doing this a little late, I already watched basically, quote unquote, next week's tier list one, right? So I don't know how to rate this. I'll probably judge it by the first episode. First episode I think was great. Straight up, it's a very fun show. It's my first introduction to MHA, and the whole cockroach shit, it's crazy. Knuckle Duster's pretty hype. Pop Step, she's just fan service. Fantastic. A lot of MHA references happening from the OG source material, like Aizawa Sensei pulling up a lot of, you know, the fans from there are hype. In talking about the most recent episode though, I might put the shit up here. I actually might put the episode up here because of how Aizawa was so cool, and you know, Koichi was popping off and actually going in. Knuckle Duster's lore reveal that bro has no powers. He just fucking goes in there. What an insane person. Great anime so far. I love My Hero Academia Vigilante, and it's actually not doing bad at all. The stereotype that I've put into my own channel is that Battle Shonen doesn't perform on my channel, which is a truth and a lie. If we look at Vigilante, first episode hitting this, that's pretty fucking good, man. Obviously, it's just the first episode, right? And first episode's gonna always do well. Who knows what their actual baseline is, but hey, we can farm this shit out, baby. Let's go. Next up, Summer Pockets. Again, another anime that shouldn't be included this one, because I already watched, you know, yesterday's episode, which should be included in next week's tier list. But the overall vibes, great. I think it's great. I don't know how to describe it. It's such a first episode was full of quirky interactions between characters, yet seemingly nothing happening. Second episode, more character interactions and friends being met. We're actually getting to converse more with Shiroha, who seems to be the main girl of the show, and more Umi fan service. And there's that one girl with the Pokemon. Holy shit. The amount of fan service with that one girl is insane. That's like the one girl that they whore out in the show. It's so hard to describe, to put into words how I feel about this anime when watching it. But I think the main character put it best. Like, he was basically saying in the most recent episode about how he came to the island longing for a different, you know, feel, a vibe of which reminiscent of his like childhood when there's no responsibilities and you can just go out and hang out with friends and you don't have to worry about anything, right? And all of that's basically just going away because he's a high school student. Wait until he graduates high school and goes to college and then realizes that the job market's fucked and he gotta pay taxes and he's gonna have to work the next fucking 40 years to his death to just, you know, retire and then live life. Wait until that happens, kid. But anyways, great anime. Great anime. Love the slow life. I think they're doing the slow life burn amazingly. Fun anime. I'm gonna keep watching it. It's wholesome. The vibes are immaculate. I have a feeling it's gonna get tragic though. I'm kind of worried that this might become tragic and sad. because of conceptually it's based off of Jun Maida's works, right? But it's not actually him writing the story, so who knows? I hope it doesn't go the dark route. Next up, we checked out a new anime here. Great! A great anime. This Moe Blob Shaft anime about an assassin and a ninja that lives under the same roof. God damn! This is great, man. I love it. This is not my first introduction to a Shaft anime, because I've watched, well, it doesn't really count. It's Quintessential Quintuplets Special 1, the beach and the pool episodes. They kind of pulled up for that, and the quality was amazing. But I saw a little bit of a Shaft head tilt, and I see how, like, it's basically sometimes in the middle of a dialogue, they'll straight up just cut to like random ass assets out of nowhere. And it's like, bam, Shaft aesthetics. And I'm like, whoa, I see the vision. The production value is great. It's amazing. They're able to, you know, tiptoe between Moe Blob chibi scenes as well as Sakuga out of the fucking wazoo. Like that one scene where she killed another girl and then the ninja girl basically turns her into flowers. Man, that scene was peak. Great anime. Great first episode. Hopefully we can still watch it. Next up. Boy-girl friendship? Am I crazy for putting it up here? The reason I'm putting it up there, not because the entire episode was peak, but the fact that they did the impossible, where instead of stalling 600 chapters to get some sort of confession and development, by episode 2, boom, this girl and this guy, they're soulmates. It's like, boom, they're like, oh my god, it's you. I'm the girl from the past. Bro, Quintessential Quintuplets. Just milk that shit until the very end. This anime immediately showed it, but I think that it's not fair to compare the two, right? It's not fair to compare Quintessential Quintuplets and boy-girl friendship in terms of how fast they were able to, you know, come to terms with the quote-unquote confession. Because there are some shows intentionally designed to keep the confessions delayed, right? To be backloaded. This anime specifically is exploring the NTR throuple happening between these three. And in order for the plot to progress with the blue-haired girl realizing she fucked up, is for these two to immediately have development. Therefore, it's not really fair to, you know, compare other rom-coms and harem animes and, you know, say, oh my god, lack of development versus this. All different shows have different goals. I love this anime. I genuinely thought that it was just gonna be another mid rom-com, but nah, JC Staff is cooking. From the first episode, the episode reaction lasted like 45 minutes, and I was like, oh my god, you know it's gonna be good if it's going that long. There's a lot of fucking shit to talk about. The black hair girl, way more approachable now. In the first episode, low-key a bitch, kind of annoying. But now it's like, damn, she's just opened up. She's like a delicate flower. And this blue-haired girl, she's gonna, oh no, she gonna realize she fucked up, bro. she gonna realize she fucked up so hard. It's a train wreck. We know what's gonna happen, and now we're waiting, you know, for this to happen. And oh no, this girl, she don't know what the fuck's gonna happen, bro. It's gonna be crazy. It's the crash out, the moment of realization. The post-nut clarity is gonna be so surreal to her, and I'm gonna be waiting for that, man. Next up, Takamine-san. First episode, I rated it mid, and I think it was a pretty harsh rating. I think I was being a little bit too mean. I was just basically throwing this anime off to the side, saying just fan service, just nipples. Y'all only watch this shit for nipples, and I think there is a bit of truth to that. But the second episode elevates to its great, and I enjoyed this a lot. I did. And the reason for that is, rather than just stupid fan service, there was that one part where Takamine was reciting poetry, and she did it perfectly. But then a gust of wind happened a couple seconds after she finished. And then she was like, nah, we redoing this. And I'm like, why? And I realized, oh, she's aura farming. And at that point, I'm like, yeah, this is the shit I watch this for. Believe it or not, I genuinely don't care about the nipples or the fan service. Listen, like, maybe if you're like a horny 14-year-old kid and you're watching like fan service anime for the first time, yeah, you're gonna be crazy about it. But at a certain point, you get bored of that shit. I need something different to stimulate my brain. And the aura farming part was very humorous to me. And of course, the part where he basically kicked her, he just kneed her in the coochie. It was a great episode. It was. The opening and ending are fantastic too. Man, there's a lot of animes in the great tier this week. Next up, Honorable Atelier Master, straight to mid. I don't know what to tell you, bro. This shit was actually so fucking bad. Bro, ugh. This shit is so beyond mid, man. It does really well though. It's an enjoyable mid. It's an enjoyable mid for sure. And man, the power fantasy this time was by him mining dragons. Bro just got on. He can't kill a slime, but he's able to just go bonk and then just wipe out the dragons. And everyone's like, oh my god, Kurt, what's happening? The second episode I really enjoyed because they were doing some crazy setup with the world building and the plot. Third episode was less of that. I mean, there is definitely a bit more. Like they're like basically establishing what's known as an atelier. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that right. For what? Because you know, there's that Liz or Lise girl, right? The other princess and part of our kingdom. There's basically like faction throne wars happening and other neighboring kingdoms getting involved and stuff like that. They're cooking with that. But most recent episode, god damn, it was still better animated than Tibet. You know what? Maybe I should compare it like this. Dookie bad? Should it be down here with Tibet? Low-key, I feel like it should be. Dookie bad. Maybe bad's the wrong word. Maybe you call it Dookie. I don't know. I feel like it's just. What is the difference between mid and Dookie, you know? I mean, bro, there was that one fucking scene. Listen, Tibet was very scuffed. But if you haven't seen this anime, bro, during a one fight scene, the dragon stuff, they had literal... I pointed it out in the reaction. There's a scene where this kid is like in the middle of the air. They're going slow motion, but they're like overlaying it with the past scene. And there's like a little point where they're supposed to transition into the next scene, but it glitches and goes through the past scene. And I saw that point and I was like, bro, come on. You're so lazy with this. I already know that I'm expecting like a PowerPoint presentation, so fair, whatever. But you're gonna like fuck that up? Are you serious? It really shows how little effort this team is putting into this episode. For that, I put this shit in Dookie. Still an enjoyable episode. Don't get me wrong. I really enjoyed both these shows. It's just, I can't, you know, I feel like A-Rank and Gorilla, even Gorilla Girl, bro. I feel like these shows are, I guess it's the polish here. Maybe what differentiates mid and Dookie for me is it's the polish. Who knows? I don't fucking know. It's all trivial. It's all just based off of vibes. Next up, the Saint anime. Good episode. I enjoyed this a lot actually. It was so fun. We're into a new kingdom, and she's basically just popping off. Because she's doing things that is expected of her from the previous place, but turns out that's black company business. And everyone here is so nice and delicate and nice to, you know, Philia. The really hype part was the kingdom that sold Philia off, basically mauling that like, oh my god, yo, these monsters are attacking, what's going on? It's like, yo, Philia did all the work, what do you expect, bro? And then the little sister, Mia, she had like a yandere crash out moment at the end. It's like, oh my god, what, like, yo, I felt aura at the end. Good episode. Fun. Does really well too. Just to bring it up, just number wise, let's look at this. Not bad. 3.3k? What the fuck? I think it's because I said Goblin Slayer PTSD with the waifu and a goblin in the thumbnail. That's probably why. But hey, like first 2 episodes, bro, this shit actually cooking. Look at this, you know, it's not bad at all. I wish the opening ending did a little bit better because the opening ending I think is one of the better ones this season. But hey, we're eating. All right, let's see. Next up, Unk Tensei. I'm gonna put this in good. It was basically a Lucia backstory and then setting stuff up with the Lolly Baba. Got to meet some other characters too. Nothing too crazy happening compared to the first episode, right? Just kind of chill. I feel like the next episode's gonna be way more entertaining. Didn't really have much to say during the backstory. The reaction itself was pretty short because I was just kind of watching, but there was like little to no commentary I could give because it's just like, okay, you're just kind of watching her, you know, get better. Okay. It was a good episode. It just wasn't the most exciting to, you know, talk about. So it was good. Next up, Yami Healer. This should have been episode 1. Now, let's think about what happened. He gets kicked out of the party. Classic. Meets the elf girl. Saves her. Builds a new place. Carmilla as well. Great episode. I'll probably put this. Yoink. Really enjoyed the vibes of Carmilla. The Wraith. She is, man, something. The elf girl in the nursemaid outfit, very cute. Very, very cute and funny. Carmilla, though, she's like a tsundere wraith who is lonely, you know? And she's like a landlord, and she burnt her tongue drinking tea. Zenos is just a stoic character. Little to no emotions in him. He just kind of exists as like the stoic Giga Chad. And a bunch of like, basically all the girls that we saw in the first episode, right? There's like a big three waifus. They're like the demi-human tribe. I feel like the second episode should have been the first episode, but whatever. It was a great episode. And finally, 2B Hero X. Peak. Absolutely peak. They did it again, back to back. Second episode? Oh my god. The theme of the episode was love. And maybe unrequited love. Man, the plot twist with the yaoi gay shit. I loved it. No, I don't think that, like, they were basically best friends, right? The previous Nice and then Nemesis guy, they were pretty much best friends, roommates, but I think they were heavily hinting that there was something a little bit more going on. I think there was love there. Man, that shit, I thought that, like, everyone probably thought that he was mad because, you know, Moon is getting married and he probably was simping over Moon. No, bro, it was over Nice. And then the Moon stuff. So it looks like she was never dead. What's going on with that, man? What's happening with Nice and seeing Moon quote-unquote dead? What was that vision last episode at the post-credit scene? That's definitely important. I don't know if that's supposed to be premonition. I don't know if that's supposed to be foreshadowing because Moon did quote-unquote die at the end of the episode, but it was a fake death. Anyways, amazing emotional episode. I feel bad for Linling because he's actually crying so hard that Miss J literally started crying. And she's like, damn, this guy is acting as crazy, but it's like he's not acting right now. The fight scene was amazing. The transition from 3D to 2D, we heard that little... Remember, number 1 hero, X, he was there. I don't know what he's doing, but he's fucking pivoting that. Just phenomenal anime. I'm so glad that more people are talking about this. This truly is the season-defining anime that, again, I've been talking about. Something is missing this season. This is it, man. This is it. 2B Hero X, hype that shit up. And that's pretty much it. We had to drop, obviously, Moonrise, right? It's kind of like these two animes. Unfortunate. I wonder what happened to Lazarus afterwards, but it just, yeah, I wasn't cooking it. These, you know, it's just underperforming shows. By all means, I probably should drop Yaiba as well, but there's sometimes when there are anime that I think is so good that personally aligns with me that I, you know, carry forward. I definitely could have done that with Moonrise, but I can't be doing that too much. I'm gonna just pick Yaiba and go on from there. And that's my week 2 of spring 2025 anime. Now, there are some animes that I kind of want to check out still. This. And is that it? I think those are the... And there's this one too. There's low-key this. And I think those are the interesting ones. So let me just give you a little quick overview on why I didn't do it. So Uma Musume and Gundam, I think these two shows only do well to the Japanese audience. Therefore, I didn't do it. It's a random guess. It's not a random guess. It's an educated guess on past trends in history based on, you know, Gundam reactions or even Uma Musume content. It doesn't really exist on the global audience. Even though I know that this probably is one of the best anime. Like, production value-wise, this probably would compete right there, right? Probably would compete there, right? But I don't know. I don't know. This is in the NA category is just waiting lobby. This is still waiting until the end of April. That's why it's still here. This I didn't pick up because traditional Japanese setting, which often fails. Again, it's another one of it only does well in Japan kind of vibes, but I don't know. I don't know if that's the truth or not. But this is like 1 hour premiere. That's why I didn't gamble on it. This just kind of looks mid, but some people are saying check it out. I don't know. This? What in the Wizard of Oz is this, bro? What the hell is this shit, bro? I don't know. Anne Shirley? Anne who? Apparently it's a really good anime though, but I just feel like looking at the cover picture, this is the type of anime that would absolutely bomb in my channel. So that's kind of why I didn't do it. But I don't know if I might do this, bro. I don't know. Like, this recent week, we introduced in this anime, the ninja one, the rock girls lady one, rock ladies one, as well as, you know, Kurun. Who knows how well this will do. This straight up could be dropped next week. I don't know. We're gonna have to, I'm basically gonna upload this in like, it's gonna be uploaded at 6 p.m. So in about like 4 hours from right now of recording. We'll see what the performance is before we, you know, upload the next episode. But I don't know. We could try these two. I don't know about this. Probably not this. And mid garbage. I don't know. Anyways, that's it for me. See you next week. Bye bye.